Okie dokie. Let's see here. Let's throw this into chat so you can see if anybody messages us there. And we're pretty much good to go. Okay, so one of the things I want to chat about, I know this relates to Ed here, especially with the custom values updater. I've got it's it's called rewards onboarding form, but I'm going to um share the snapshot here. And it's just like an onboarding system. So where you can go through the forms and have people fill forms and update custom values based on that. So I will grab this and I'm going to put this in the chat here for you. Uh, here to there is a link to it. Also put it in I'll send out an email here with it right away as well. Let's save it on my side. There we go. Okay. And I'll go through that in a second and just kind of show you how it works. I know I had one question come in earlier today, which was kind of something we answered on Tuesday. We had a whole chat about it, but it was based on the second visit, third visit for people coming into say like a restaurant or a business. How do we get them to come back again and again? From that. So I'm gonna probably chat about that really quickly. And there was a video that we shared out last week, which was it was from I think Sam brought it up, but I had seen it before too, and it was kind of the whole idea of this second visit, third visit idea that get people to come in for their first time, they redeem a coupon, then give them another coupon to come in for their second time, and then give them another coupon to come in for their third time. There was a really good video from what's his name? We talked about it last week. I wonder if it's probably wouldn't be in here. Um, it's the marketing guy from New York. I forget what his name is. Um, uh, brain's not working at the moment. Uh, videos. Gary Vaynerchuk. Yeah, Gary Vaynerchuk had a really good restaurant marketing chat with a restaurant guru, and it was really good. So I'll see if I can find that video and post it in here again. Vaynerchuk restaurant. Here it is right here. So I'll copy that link. I'm going to put it in chat again, just in case anybody wants to watch it. It was a good one. It was just a little snippet of advice, but I really liked it. So I thought I would share it there. Okay, cool. Well, how's your guys' week going? Good.
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right on. Um, I had a buddy come down earlier this week from or flew out from Saskatchewan to visit for a couple days. So that took a little bit of my time, but it was good to just chat with some friends
Heck
uh
yeah.
there. So it's been weird. Like there's it's a tough time for some people. So tough time for people right now. I think just with the way things are going and money's not what it used to be and things are changing. Um, yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on.
Right.
Tough stuff. Anyways, yeah, we had and I'll just chat about this for a second, but one of the reasons why he came out to visit was he had a good buddy who overdosed a couple weeks ago. Um, for a childhood friend. So wanted to meet up and visit. But on top of that, like I mean, just being a tough thing. And one of the things, this isn't marketing related, but uh, being a guy working in this whole space and doing the whole internet thing and whatever, we don't always talk to a lot of people. Um,
Right.
too, a lot of keep stuff held in and we don't have a lot of stuff to chat about. I joined a mastermind group This week was just a little group that we put together of guys who are in this space who, just so we could talk about, you know, I mean, stuff that we're working on and how to build our businesses and stuff too. But I think it's just a great thing to get out there and talk with other people
Oh yeah.
too. And one of the things I had to put together, like in the town that we moved away from, was I made it kind of my mission to go out there and just be like, hey guys, like we're getting together like once a week and we're going to go out for wings and beer and chat and not just talk about sports, but talk about really whatever, like what's going on at home, what's so like whatever, and
Right.
just chat about everything because it's just, you don't have like there's not a lot of outlets and a lot of people feel like they need to keep that stuff bottled in and they don't want to tell other people about what's going on. We had another acquaintance that I knew that my wife grew up with. He committed suicide a few weeks ago
Oh
too, and just again one of those like tough guys who's like, I'm just not talking to anybody or telling anybody, right? And that sucks.
yeah.
And so it was good just to hang out with a buddy for a couple days, so yeah, if you
I had
guys,
a buddy that committed suicide last week as well.
yeah, it's like, and right now is a tough time, like with the inflation and cost of everything, and a lot of people are out of work and lost jobs and stuff like that too, like the whole recession thing going.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get out there and figure out how to make money and whatever and support your family and all the other pressures going on. So uh yeah, it can be a tough time. I know that for sure. So I know like a few years ago I was just studying stuff about like men's health and like mental and all that kind of stuff, and I did a lot of work for ourselves and myself. And but then yeah, I absolutely went through and I went out and I like grabbed friends and I was like, dudes, we gotta like meet up like once a week and go and chat and do stuff, right? Like, because it's easy just to get stuck in your own mind
Yeah.
and not feel like you can talk to people. And then it
Yep.
compounds on itself as well. So you're like, you don't talk to people, and then you're like, well, I can't talk to people, and then I haven't talked to people for so long, I can't just go out and do that now. And then who's gonna, but there's so many people that are going through very, very similar things, you know,
Right.
and I think that's one of the things is it's easy to think that you're the only one going through that. But you're not. And like the interesting thing is that I jumped on this mastermind group that me and another guy put together for other guys who are doing similar things to us. And
Right.
everybody's going through the same thing. It's like, even with the business, it's like, everybody's going through churn. They got people signing up and then they got people dropping off. And they're like, they're building their business, and then there's all the same very similar struggles around the whole thing, but everybody's kind of figuring out a little piece at a time, and then they can share that with everybody. So it's just interesting. And I just want to make sure people, feel they can talk about stuff. Because yeah,
Yeah. Community is so key, and especially when we're digital marketers, we don't leave our house sometimes.
yeah, it's I know, like there's so many of us that just work from home or just work by ourselves or whatever, and then we don't have an outlet or somebody to talk to or whatever. And there's not a lot of people who go out and pay for therapy and do that kind of stuff as well. So uh,
Right.
I found it really valuable to um, and I haven't done it for a long time, which is just get people together and talk more about stuff that's actually going on. I used to get together with a bunch of guys who would play floor hockey and sports, and we'd go for beers afterwards, but then everyone would just talk about sports, oh,
Right.
that sports team. And even with the teams that we're on and stuff we do now, that's a lot of what we talk about. But um there was a couple groups that I put together that we talked more about, like, what's going on, at home, what's going on with this, what are you trying to grow, what are you trying to build, where you're struggling, that kind of stuff, like where that kind of like all those kind of things, so you can actually just talk about real stuff. And I feel like that was a real big help for our whole group, that we had
Right.
4 or 5 guys that would come out and we just eat wings and talk about stuff and whatever. And sometimes we just talk about, it might be, it just might, whatever they came up. But I mean, with the idea that we had uh the openness or whatever to chat about shit that was bothering us,
Right.
kind of thing. So that's interesting anyways. So that's what I've been doing for a couple days.
Good.
And it was good. It was good. It was good. So
It's so easy to be isolated. We get isolated sometimes. We're just living
yeah.
in our homes and working behind a computer. And I'm an old sales guy, and it's hard for me. I'm not a guy normally who lives behind a keyboard typically. So
Yeah.
it is isolated. I talk about the tragedy of suicide. I mean, I know, I hate to say, I know at least 10 to a dozen people, two of which were family members.
Hmm.
Oh wow.
Or there's like nephews-in-law, that kind, second,
Yeah.
not direct relation, but close enough. Yeah, it's really interesting and a difficult time for some people, and then all of the division politically. No one listens to anybody. Everybody's fighting. They dig in with their points of view. We just don't seem to have the ability to talk to each other anymore sometimes. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I did like 5, 6 years ago, I did a lot of work on mental, just like mindset, and then just understanding that too, because it seems like a lot of guys when they go late 30s kind of thing go through a whole, whether it's like a midlife crisis type thing or whatever, just things change, right? Kids are growing up, things are happening. It's not the same as things used to be. And then with all the change, and then we just had COVID and we all went through that kind of thing. And it was tough. It's been tough for a lot of people. And we were actually talking about this. So my buddy, and I'll just, we won't go into this whole lot, but like my buddy hadn't drank for 4 months, but we were talking about the rise of all the non-alcoholic drinks that are out there, because it's a huge market now too. You can pretty much get anything that was alcoholic, you can get it as non-alcoholic now. There's whole companies they make gin, vodkas, all different kinds of stuff. It's all flavored like to taste like the thing, but non-alcoholic, right? And it's been a huge, I know, I'm sure you guys noticed it there, but everywhere you can get it, pretty much every brand and everything is making non-alcoholic drinks. But I was just thinking, like, I wonder if that's from COVID, because there was such a huge like they made like the booze companies, the alcohol companies made millions and millions and millions of
Oh yeah.
dollars during COVID from people just sitting around drinking, right? Because they had nothing else to do and they didn't know what was going on. And you know, um, but then you have
Story of
people
my
coming
life.
out of that being like, I don't want to drink anymore. Like I've drank way too much in the last four
Yep.
years, and like I've been wasting my life.
Yeah,
Um,
I give up drinking myself.
yeah. So we actually, Tyler was like, oh, like let's go for a pint. And so we went out and we had a few, and then we were both very hurting, and it was not a good idea. We were both like, this is exactly the reason why I don't really drink. Like I don't have too many. And Tyler completely cut it out. But I know tons of people who've cut it out now, and there's actually really good non-alcoholic drinks out there now too. So yeah, just really interesting anyways. So it's good to get together with chat. And if you guys haven't done it for a while, yeah, I mean, get together with a buddy and chat with them and talk about life and do all that kind of stuff. So yeah. And let's go into work stuff today. Yeah, so Ed, I just put a link to the that onboarding form there for you. And if anybody else has custom values updated and wants to do the onboarding form for onboarding people into I set it up for rewards, and it's just kind of generic right now. So you probably want to go through and customize it to how you want. Let me go, I'll show you guys what that looks like. And it's based off of Joel Ketty put together an onboarding system a while ago, and I like the idea behind it. So I built something similar for helping to onboard people here. And what you can do with this is basically we have a site or a funnel. Let's see, what funnel with forms. And then each, I broke the custom values up into different sections. So the person isn't going through and having just like a bunch of questions to ask. Now, this is more generic with the reward system, but the idea is you basically go make a custom field for each one of your custom values that you want updated, and then send people to a business step one. So, or the step one here. And what they'll do is they'll go through this form, and each step is going to take them to the next step in the onboarding process. So it's, hey, this is welcome to rewards. But again, you can make this however you want, put whatever form you want in here, put whatever values, custom fields, whatever. So somebody signs up, you send them over to this page. If you have contact ID equals, so if you have contact underscore ID equals, I think it's like contact dot ID in a trigger link or something like that, that you send people to this page from, it will automatically assign these details to their contact record. And from that, you can then go and update their custom values. Now, using our custom values updater, you can update sub accounts. But if you just drop this directly into a client sub account, you can get the custom values updated in there. And it'll be a little bit of work to do that based on the custom fields, but you can easily go and do that. So here we have all our custom fields. They just fill out this information, go to step 2 kind of thing, and it's going to take them over to the next step in the funnel. And when we do that, what's going to happen is it will trigger. So form 1 gets triggered. We've got we just got forms in here, and I've got 10 forms, I think, in the system already. So form 1 is going to get triggered over here. We're going to check to see if it's form 1. Then we're going to update a contact field saying step 1 has been completed. And then we're going to update the custom values for that field. And then we're going to add it to a 24-hour check. What the 24-hour check does is it just checks to see if they went to the next step within 24 hours. And if they didn't, then we're going to send them out a reminder to do the next step in that workflow. So if they went step 1, step 2, it'll update step 2. Then it's going to go update custom values, and it'll add them to that check again. So it'll just keep walking them through until they're done all the steps that you have laid out here. Now you can pick, you can make it however many steps you want. I think I've got this one built out for 10, but we're basically just updating which step that they're on, and then telling it to go update custom values. Now, if you wanted to do this internally, if you wanted to do this, you could also do update custom value from here. So if you don't have our custom values updater, or if you didn't want to use that, you can go update custom value. So you can pick which custom value you want to update, and then you can use the contacts custom fields here. And like here would be the domain URL, whichever custom field. And you just have to go through, and you'd have to build that for each custom field for each one of these steps. So if this second form had five fields in there that you want, custom values that you wanted updated, you would have to go update custom values, and you just hard code those in. There, and then you can use this pretty much for any onboarding workflow that you want. So we got the reminder. We've got here's the onboarding reminder. So it's just going to send once they're done, it's going to send them a message over there. Thanks for filling out step 1, email, SMS, that kind of thing. And then it'll send them a reminder. This is the reminder saying, hey, I've been getting a reminder to set up step 5 for like 6 weeks now. I get a lot of emails because I just went through and I didn't remove myself from the workflow. But here I am in the reminder workflow. So I hope that makes sense. It's just basically a wait step here, waits 24 hours, and then we're going to add them back to the onboarding workflow reminder, and it'll send out a reminder. And when it goes into that reminder, it just checks to see if they've hit that next step or not. And if they have hit the next step, then it won't ask them again. It'll send them a reminder to do the next one. So if you go all the way through, they would be done, and they'd be done here as well, and it won't send them out any more reminders. So cool little system that we put together. You can customize it however you like. I don't have any training on it just yet, but maybe this video will help. I can record a little video about it, but I put the link for that workflow into today's chat here in the Zoom call. So if you guys have any questions about it or anything like that, feel free to shoot me a message and let me know. I'll get that into our snapshots section in the back end as well,
Ja-
and put it under custom values.
Jason, so is that is what you're sharing right now? I'm lost. Is what you're sharing right now basically the process that we would use or could use or should use to bring someone up on like loyalty?
Yeah, you know what? This is I think is you and I talked about the same thing as well a little while ago. And yeah, this one I kind of built out for the loyalty system, but it's not specific to like restaurants. This one here. So
Right.
you would have this set up, but then in our you could have any values that you want to update in there, and then using our custom values updater here, you could basically just make a collection of values that you want updated. So you would create your custom fields in that sub account, or with that snapshot there. You would create your custom fields, and then you would have your custom values from your sub account that you want. And inside of our custom values updater, this is where you can map them. If you didn't do it like internally within high level, because you can do the custom values updater inside of high level and you could update those ones. The only problem with that is you can't update in a different sub account. So this makes it a little more streamlined for onboarding. So you don't have to have extra custom extra forms and stuff like that, and workflows inside of the sub account that they're setting up. This one here will let you, in your main onboarding account, your main marketing account, right after they pay, if you want, you can send them an email saying, hey, thanks for signing up. Click here to start setting up your account. Right. And then they can click, or right after they pay. I've had people do that too. So right after they pay, we send them to the next page, and that's where they can start, especially if you're doing SaaS. So they pay, they do SaaS, the system sets up their account for them. We grab the API keys and a couple things there, and then pass them off to the next step. And then part of that next step is that they can start filling out values for their own system. And then each time they submit that form, it's going to go and update those values inside of their new sub account.
So I don't have the custom value updater, right? So then I don't have what you're showing kind of now on the screen.
This part right here, yeah, if you don't have the custom values updater, you don't have this one. This one, yeah, again, lets us create a collection, and we use this for all of our stuff for updating. That's how you like update custom values in the back end of our system and stuff too, use this, but we've also made it so it works through workflows as well, and you could do that from forms. But like I said, if you didn't have this, you can manually go in and create your onboarding, updating custom values using that same snapshot.
Hmm.
Okay, one quick question. So after they pay,
Mhm.
after they pay and they get redirected to, a thank you page, which is a funnel for me now, and it's going to be this funnel with some modifications, obviously. But
Mhm.
can they go directly to the funnel, or do I have to email it? Because like you said something about emailing it.
You can do either way. I've done it either way.
Right.
The only thing that you want to do is you want to we want to get the location, we want to get the API key, and yeah, so if you're doing SaaS, you want to get the API key and um the location ID from
Mhm.
that sub account. so that we can update it. And then we have a webhook right here. You just fire this off.
Mhm.
And wait, we're flow trigger. Um, we have. Oh, here, I have a webhook snapshot right here, which does it. So, you can download this and install this as well. And I'll show you what this looks like. Custom values updater webhooks. There's just two in here. One automatically will go and grab the sub account for or those two pieces of information, the new location ID and the new API key from the sub account that was just created based off of the new contact's email address
Okay.
kind of thing. So run after SaaS purchase here. That's this links to here. So what happens is we're going to do this webhook to find new sub account and grab the ID and API key. You just run this, and this is your account ID inside of our system there too. So I think I have it displayed on the custom values page. So you just put whatever your account ID is in there, so that gets authorized, and then we'll grab your API key and use that to find your sub account. You need to
Okay.
have the SaaS. You need to be able to do SaaS in order to do that. So, and then it waits for a minute, and then what it's going to do is you can add locations to and collections to our. So if you go and you create your collection in our system, you're just going to go and put whatever your collection IDs are. So if you have collection 125 and 126 or something like that, let's say you created two different collections, you would do this. And then you put your account ID in here again, and then it will then authorize. It'll automatically add that new sub account to our system for
Okay.
you. And then you could do that for multiple different tools that we have. So you could be like, oh, I'm going to add it to our review system, add that location to the rewards, add that location to, any one of our sub systems in here. And you just have to pass, it's just a project action equals add project. Which one is it here? So I think I have it on each one of the pages on which ID we're passing
Okay.
as well. So I think this one says ID 10, but take a look at that for sure. But that's pretty much how you can go and do it. So if you go into, I'll go into this because we're going on a bit of a tangent here with this, but if we go back into our sub accounts, because we're kind of putting a few different things together here. Now, if you click on webhooks, add smart locations, this kind of explains the whole setup and everything of how to go and do it. You just need a custom field for new location ID and this custom field for new location API. And then based on which system you want to add, you can just copy this custom value. You can just copy these webhooks and put them into your workflow there. And then each one of those things will add to each one of our other different accounts kind of thing. So if you're doing so for your example, if you want to auto authorize, how you go and add a location now in our backend, if you do this one through a webhook, when somebody signs up, it'll automatically add that location for you.
Okay.
And then everybody has their own links here. So I have it set up to automatically put in your contact ID, your account IDs and stuff in here for you.
Okay, I'm sure.
We can walk through it. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Let me, because yeah, you give me a good starting point. So I'll get started, and then
yeah, I'd play around with just getting your custom fields and onboarding there, getting that thing done, and then we can jump on and I can walk you through how to set these kind of things up here. And then we've got this video here, which I made. It was a snapshot. You can import it. It already has some of the webhooks in there. Has most of the webhooks you need, other than which one of our tools you want to give people access to. And that's where you can grab the webhooks right here.
Okay. All right, just one last thing, and then I know we can talk about this later, another time too. It
Yep.
was about that spreadsheet, and then we can just remember showing you the spreadsheet about being able to import that with the custom values already inside of the
Oh
Google.
yeah. Um,
And we can pick back
sorry,
up.
you know what? That totally slipped my mind here. The spreadsheet. Yeah. I have to look at that still.
Okay, no problem. Okay,
Right. Okay, thank you for reminding me though.
okay,
Absolutely.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, we'll.
Um,
So I got a little time on that, so I'll just jump on this right here to get this going because I know that I want to use
okay.
this, but that spreadsheet is one I definitely want to be able to use. So,
Yes, right. Okay. So I'm just gonna put super big.
and thank you guys for letting me kind of get that answer. I appreciate it. I know Jason goes and does his thing. He's like, wait a minute, how am I going to do that again? So I got up to a certain point, and then I'll get it started, and then we'll circle back with him. So,
Okay, yeah, that's perfect.
okay.
And I'm in the same place that you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to implement
I
stuff. I'm a lone gun over here, and I just
Yeah.
can't get out of my own way half the time.
Yeah.
yeah, and we'll I know with this, so I that's why I created the little snapshots there, so you should be able to just drop it in.
Okay.
And from my experience of setting those up for different people, that snapshot definitely helps because it already has all your webhooks in there that you need to use for it. Now it might change. We're switching everything over to getting everything moved over to API version 2. So there'll be a couple different changes there, just the way things get authorized. But I'll try to make that as smooth as possible. So
Okay.
we're rolling with it.
No problem.
Cool. Um, you know what? And then I'll probably just create another video about this, but Shan wanted me to go through and say, because there was a question that came in and just how do we do the second visit, third visit thing with the reward system. So I'm just going to cover that like really quickly. I had a good chat with Sam last week, and we went through it because yeah, that whole Gary Vaynerchuk thing. So I'll just do a really quick overview of it, and how we have it built out so that you can get customers in, and when they come in you can get them to come back again. And then so through the system here we have the promotions manager, and the way we have it set up is that when a customer comes in, they can subscribe for any one of these promotions, as long as you see these opt-in subscribers one. We have 5 different campaigns in there that people can subscribe through, and you will find those websites here under VIP promotions and funnels. So if you send somebody to one of these promotions and funnels to subscribe to the restaurant reward system, or any one of our actual reward systems that we're building, whether it's Salon or whatever, they can subscribe for these ones. Now, this is going to apply like specifically for restaurants, but get somebody to subscribe through here, and then through our promotions manager, we create a second and third visit reward. So if I just click on edit this one, I think this is a coupon here, but we can make this. If we go here, we'll see a second visit incentive and a third visit incentive. So as long as you have a second visit incentive created, and a third visit incentive created, and a way for somebody to subscribe. So if you have those 3 ways, and in custom values, and you would do this normally through our custom values updater, but let's just go second, I think it's second visit. Yeah, so if those are in there, I think I had, let me just look. I think I had, if you have those 2 promotions in there and you have a subscription turned on, I want to just see if I have a custom value for turning this one on. Yeah, I don't even think we have another. basically. So if you have a first visit, they subscribe some way, and then you have a second visit promotion created, and you have a third visit promotion created, the system will automatically send out the incentive for somebody to come back in for their second visit once they've redeemed that first coupon. And then same thing for the third one. If this isn't in draft mode, if it's published, then once they redeem that second coupon, it will go out 24 hours later and send them out a third coupon and saying, hey, thanks for coming in. We really appreciate you coming to visit us. Here is like a free dessert or whatever you want to set up for those promotions. So you can do it those ways. That way you're just getting those customers to come back automatically, and the restaurant or anyone doesn't even have to think about it. You just need to create those 3 promotions. What are we giving for people to subscribe? And it doesn't matter which one of the subscription promotions you use. Anytime that they redeem a reward, we're going to check to see if we have a second visit and if they have a third visit, or once they redeem one of those coupons and they haven't already redeemed it, then we'll put them through the system again and send them out those second visits and third visits kind of thing. So good way to get customers to come in and then come back again after that. So that is those are the couple things that I'm going to talk about today. One of the things we were playing around, and I'll just mention this again because I thought it was really cool, is High Level just came out. They're coming out with a way to compete directly with ManyChat, which is really cool. So we can do a lot more interactive stuff through Facebook Messenger now. So we can send out buttons. If people comment on a post, Brian and I have talked about the comment growth tool inside of ManyChat before. You can basically do that same kind of thing now inside of High Level. And if somebody comes in, we can, or you can have a post that just says, what's your favorite pizza topping? Comment below and, get a coupon for 2-for-1 pizzas. Or get a free pizza, whatever you want to do with that. And you can have them comment on that. Then we can trigger it right inside Messenger and send that directly over to them and get them to subscribe to our system. I'm playing around with asking them for their email address and phone number in Messenger chat to see how that goes. And then we can link over to coupons and have them click buttons and do all that kind of stuff, because we can now add buttons inside of our Messenger stuff. So that's pretty neat as well if you use the interactive one. I'll just show you what that. I'll just jump into anyone here, and I'll just delete it after I make it. But it's pretty neat because if we go into Facebook here, interactive, Facebook interactive Messenger, we have to use a trigger. Let's go trigger customer replied here, and then we can go reply channel is Facebook Messenger, save that trigger. Then we can go interactive Facebook Messenger here. And from that, what's really cool is we can go reply to a comment via DM. So if we do this, then we can put the message here. Where was it? Oh, here it is. Facebook comments on a post. I don't have, what that's the problem is, I don't have a Facebook page added to this. So you do Facebook comments on a post, and then you could do, I guess is a bad sub account to show you in. But then you can do interactive Facebook Messenger here. And what's cool is you can also add buttons too. So you can do perform action, which just basically moves them through the workflow. They can call a number or they can open up a website from there. So it's a little bit limited on what you can do with it, but we can make it so that, hey, click this button to get your free coupon, and then we can subscribe people to our campaigns that way. And then we can send them out a message that just says, what is, please type your email address below, and then they can type in their email address and submit it. And then high level from my understanding is that they have the systems already built to automatically extract that information from your chats as well. So playing around with that, haven't got too far with it, but I think it opens up a lot of possibilities for doing a little bit more interactivity on there and getting people from a simple comment on a post when you're marketing your businesses to getting them into high level. So I think that's super neat. Let's see if we have any more chats here. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have any questions or anything you guys would like to go through today, any more stuff. But I'm happy to chat or open up a discussion or whatever you like.
I got a question.
Yep.
As far as the onboarding, I believe I got everything set up inside of my location for my UTV shop.
Oh yeah.
What do I provide them um, to use moving forward? Like, what's the like when they register for the loyalty and rewards or their VIP program? Are they automatically registered for promotions and
Yeah,
everything
so
else?
if you have it set up, you can sometimes what I do is just put the promotions link directly in the rewards dashboard. So it depends on which version of if you use the restaurant one, and just kind of base your thing off that. That's already set up inside of, where is it? Workflows. We want sites. They're already, yeah. So the short answer is yes. They're already subscribed for promotions. You don't have to tag them as anything like that. All you need to do is send out a link to the promotions page, and we have trigger links already in under marketing here that have the links you want to do. So here we have link to promotions page, and the only thing we're passing is, so we've got display promotions, and then we've got CID equals their contact ID. So that's just so that we can track who's going through, and we can make sure that we know who we're showing what to, kind of thing, because we have it set up so that they have multiple different avenues that they can come in through if they're subscribing for VIP. And you've created like the subscription ones. The reason why we created the subscription campaigns was that if somebody scans a QR code in the business for one offer, but then they also see a Facebook ad for a different offer and it's not the same offer, do we want them to be able to subscribe to get both those offers? Because now they're already on the list, and then they're getting, I just know some of the restaurants and businesses we worked with where if somebody subscribed in-house, they've already been a customer and they've already been there once. So, or at least once anyways, because they're scanning in-house. So we're giving them a different offer from what we're when we're actively going out and trying to get new customers for that business and doing Facebook ads, if that makes sense.
No, it does. So if you had two different offers, you have the choice to say no. You've already subscribed to an offer.
Yeah, it already does that. So inside
You're
of the
already
workflows,
VIP.
you can turn it on or turn it off. It's in custom values. It says, do you want 10 subscribers subscribe to multiple offers or something like that inside of our custom values updater. And then if you look in here, we're under automations. Let's go even to this one here.
You're not sharing, Jason. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, here. Sorry. So we're just in the in-house campaign here. It just checks to see if they're already a member. If they are already a member, we're also going to do another check. Are we allowing members to subscribe to multiple offers? If the custom value equals, if that custom value equals yes, then what it'll do is it'll add them over to the workflow that'll subscribe them to that next offer as well. If the answer is no, if your custom value is set to no, then it'll just say, hey, it looks like you're already subscribed or you're already a VIP member. here's a link to the promotions page.
Gotcha. And so what do I deliver to them? Like I know inside of the one of the workflows, I think it was the loyalty rewards, you had a QR code. Does that automatically generate or do I need to populate that?
No, it should automatically generate. So if you go into there is oh, it's under sites. That's why if you go into printables here, if you have this one, I put actually all the QR codes under the same page. So if you have one of the later versions and everything's all under one roof like this, actually you can copy the QR codes that load on this page. Like this one will go to the print campaign, the print subscription. So you can just save this image if you want, or you can print this out for them. Or, I mean, you can create your own QR code that goes to, if you just want them to subscribe to the loyalty and rewards page, I think there's a QR code in here that just goes to.
Well, that gives them everything else, right?
Yeah, it gives them everything. So they subscribe to everything. Either way, they do, but this, if you do it this way, send them a link to the rewards registration, send a custom QR
That's
code
what I
to
want.
here. Yeah, send a QR
Yeah.
code to this page, whatever you have it set up. I think it's just /rewards. Then they'll get subscribed to that automatically. And I think I have a QR code in here, but if you use our QR code generator, you can create more higher quality one, or you can use one of the other QR code generators that are out there to create a fancy one or whatever you want to do. Someone was
So we have to create that QR code for each page.
So the way I just realized in here, I don't have a QR code that goes directly to the rewards registration. I thought there
No,
was.
but you do in another funnel though.
Yeah, there is one in another funnel, yeah. So you should be able to use that. I thought it was in here. Rewards registration. Earning rewards commercial. I don't know why I'm not seeing it. Maybe it got deleted out of this one.
I did see it. And it did have a QR code. It might be in VIP promotions.
Yeah, not there. I might have taken it. I might have removed it from the restaurant one simply because we're the idea is that we're leading with promotions instead of rewards. So easy enough to create a QR code that goes to rewards. If we don't have one in there, what you can do is just I'll just create oh here, wait, print QR code rewards registration. Yeah, okay, sorry, right in front. No, that's PPC. Anyways, let's just go clone funnel step. Clone in this funnel. I should change the name of those so it makes more sense. I'm gonna edit this. I know I have it in just our base reward system. It's in there for sure. It's under the rewards, the loyalty and rewards
Yeah, the
dashboard
snapshot
page.
I'm using is for the latest restaurant one you provided, and then I had to change it all up for the shop.
Yeah, I've done that for a number of people as well for different industries, just because it has pretty much everything and they're ready to go.
And then what do you set the default domain? What page does it make sense to set the default domain of their sub account? So if you're using Go dot, their domain, what would the default for their login to the rewards program?
Yeah, if you set up, I mean, for that you could set up, yeah, go dot /rewards. That's a good question because I don't have you could do it right to the login there, or wonder if it makes sense in the future to have like a little landing page with their logo and stuff on it that sends them over to a registration page or something like that. I didn't even really think about that. So you can pretty much set it to whatever you want. I'm not really even sure. Um,
I'm just asking what the
yeah,
best
I'm just trying
practice
to
is
think of
for.
which default one is. I would even, instead of sending it to the login, I would potentially set it to the registration page. Just that way, if people aren't registered and they happen to go to that URL, then they could go and register for it. If that makes
Okay.
sense. Um, there, I'm just going to change that to that. And then, yeah, so if you ever want to create another page with a QR code, you can literally copy this page right here and just change whatever this URL is right there, and it will update the QR code for you there. So join our loyalty and rewards program. And save, publish. And then if we scan this QR code here, this should send us directly over to the rewards page, the registration page. There you go. Here, I'll share this with you guys as well. So, I mean, I'll share that funnel page with you that has the printables in there. So you could use it. Um, um, yeah, you can use it this way. Or like I said, should just showed you, you could clone that page. Gotta change the name of that though. So let's go rewards registration. QR code. Change these ones though. I wanted to say VIP. Okie last one. Link, sure. Copy link. Okay, I'm gonna throw it in chat here as well. So if you want that funnel with that extra QR code, you can grab it. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, okay, cool. Well, I don't know if anybody else, what do you guys think? What any more questions, any more thoughts?
Too
Stuff
many
like
to
that.
ask.
What's that?
Too many to ask.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get together with you at some point, and because I really, I'm having an issue with getting customers adoption into the CRM in general, right?
Yeah.
And I'm really thinking, and in some of my customers, I think I can do it, and some of them I know it'll be a pushback. But the reality is, I'm thinking of trying to maybe use loyalty as the catalyst to kind of get them in. Like for example, I have a customer, I created a sign for them with a QR code so people could join their VIP club,
Yeah.
basically just to get an opt-in is what we're talking
Yeah.
about, really. But the fact of the matter is like doesn't seem to be there's no urgency or there's no like, okay, so what am I opting in for?
Right.
Right? Like,
It's
you know what
just
I
like
mean?
having a newsletter sign up on your
Yeah,
website,
yeah,
like sign up for our newsletter,
yeah,
like
yeah.
what
Yep,
kind of
yep, yep.
crap are you going to send me?
So the question is, I mean, I like, and you know how I feel about the loyalty thing. I
Yeah.
always have believed in it, but in the space that I'm in, the vertical I'm in, to implement, it's very difficult because, like in a restaurant, it's easy. You can get a free appetizer, you get a free slice of pizza for signing up. I can't do that like for a guy who services turbos on a Class 8 tractor trailer,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? It's like and trying to bridge that gap it's been a
Well, I
big
think
struggle.
you could even make it doesn't even have to be if you um I would make it, I don't know what your verbiage is on your hey, sign up for our V program, VIP, whatever, but then it should say like something like, earn rewards that you can use on future purchases and stuff like that. Um, Similar to what other VIP systems are out there for like retail spaces and stuff like that, right? Um, get exclusive rewards, promotions, and this when you sign up for our VIP program. Um,
The challenge though, Jason, is that
the
um,
business actually has to like, and then we need to have those.
yes, right. So like if they don't have like swag, they don't have an accessories department already with like mugs and t-shirts and hats or whatever, or if they don't have stuff to do that with, like they're locked in and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to go forward.
Right.
And I know you and I talked about gift card cafe and Tango, you were
Yeah.
talking about some other things. And I really think the only way I'm going to get this really to roll out and get actual adoption and usage is I have to give them the whole enchilada.
Yeah.
Like they
I
have to
think,
have everything.
yeah, I agree. I agree. It's like the same thing that the same thing that we've had to do with and that we're trying to do with the different verticals is build out that system for them and say, this is how we do it. This is how it's set up, and then have that integration for the print on demand place, possibly, or have them talk with a print shop and order, hats that they can then give away, sign up for our VIP program and we'll give you a hat because let people love swag like that, and then it's additional advertising and stuff for them as
Yeah,
well. And
yeah,
they can write a lot of that stuff off too if they're doing promotional giveaways and ordering hats and all that kind of stuff that they would give away to customers. So I know I was talking with my buddy and he's like he was complaining, but he's like at the job site that he's at because he works 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off at like a uranium mine, and they have swag there, but you have to buy all the swag. So it's like, hey, buy a company hat, buy a company shirt, buy branded company things,
right,
but like you have to pay for it. We're not giving you any of that stuff.
right.
But I mean, we used to do tons of hats, sweaters, stuff like that for giveaways. And that's always a good incentive. And we did that a lot with fitness as well, is giving people swag incentive to get signed up. So it's like, hey, sign up and get this tote or this duffel bag or whatever, when you join. We'll give you a shirt, we'll give you a hat, we'll give you a water bottle, things like that, coffee mug, whatever you can get done
Yeah, no,
for free.
I mean, I'm about to do a postcard promotion,
Yeah.
and we're doing it to a specific manufacturer. Well, PACCAR, it's Peterbilt and Kenworth, right?
Yeah.
So I have to get the approval on the postcard through our marketing rep and do that. But it's an ideal situation to show them, look, we could put this in every store, right? We could put this promotional
Totally.
tool in every store. The problem is I am overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And I haven't even set up a sub account with your stuff in it, which
okay.
I love and I want to launch it. And I just don't even know how to start. I really don't
Okay,
even
well
know how to start.
let's you and I set up a time to chat and we'll
Okay.
go through that. So yeah, next week is lots of time to if you want to jump on a
Yeah,
call and do that,
anytime.
and let's see what we
Anytime.
can get set up.
All right, send me a link to your calendar or
I will.
whatever you
Yeah.
want, whatever way you want to do it. Yeah, because I'm drowning. I'm drowning in opportunity.
Yeah.
And I can't get focused on any. I'm just I'm trying to find the new VA. The one I have is just not responsive. It's like every time I turn around, there's something in that's in. You're talking about the beginning of this whole meeting.
Yeah, and you know what interesting thing is, this mastermind group we started here, we've got people in there who have, they've had 120 sub accounts, SaaS clients, and they've had like lots of people building up. There's one guy who's doing an extra every month they're doing an extra 5 grand in they're adding to their monthly revenue from it. But same problems. Like one of the guys is, I've got a great VA, and one of the things that they've got is that they're doing complete onboardings for people. So somebody calls, they sign up, they get them, or somebody signs up, the VA gets on a call with them, gets them signed up to do all the things, right? um they had some health problems. His wife just gave birth. He's out for a month,
Yep.
and now the
Yep.
owner is like, I have to do all the onboardings.
Yep.
One of the guys I talked to, and he really good idea is he has somebody who just he pays somebody to just sit on Zoom all day. And everybody you can jump into like their success call or whatever. If you got any questions, just jump on that Zoom chat and
Hmm.
he'll answer any of the questions and help get things set up. So probably baby steps of getting things rolling. I know I was talking to a lady a few weeks ago, and she does onboard. She has like all the onboarding documents and training and stuff like that, and her team keeps them all updated. Um, I'll have to find a link for it, but they do all the training documents for high level. Like they've got um tons and tons and tons of resources that you can create your own membership site out of and use for your own customers. And one of the things she said was, I know a lot of people like the Pro Tools and Extendly and stuff like that for trying to set up onboarding and stuff. But she's like, we tried that, and I've talked to so many people, and there's not even worth doing that unless you're over 50 clients. you know um
That's the problem, and the problem I ran into when I had them for a short time was they don't know anything about my industry.
no.
So as soon as a customer asks a question that's very specific industry related, they don't have especially in my world,
Yeah.
they don't have a clue. And I can't do that. I can't scale that. So I'm stuck. I've got these two beta guys. I've got a partner, strategic partner behind me, and I am drowning in opportunity that I cannot get this stuff out the door for. It
Yeah.
is absolutely the most frustrating experience of my life. I am the only reason I'm surviving is because I am selling not my own stuff. I'm selling my strategic partner stuff because all I have to do is sell and then hand it off, and they deploy and they train and they install and they do data conversion
Yeah.
and they do all the thing. And because I cannot sell and fulfill, it's just not possible.
Oh, it's super super tough.
It's not
And
possible.
and I mean, that's one of the problems that we've had too, is we're developing and creating and building and doing stuff like that, but then we also need to sell. And so um Chandel came on board to do more of that stuff with us too, but it's still, we need almost like another. I'm looking for VAs and stuff like that right now too, to help out. And I mean, we've gone through so many in the past too. Some of them are good, some of them are not great.
Yep. Yep.
Um, yeah, who
If you
knows?
had a VA like that could literally do the loyalty install and the onboard for it
Yeah,
for me,
that's what we're looking at right now.
I'd do that in a minute. I'd
Yeah,
do it in
that's
a
what we're
minute.
looking at right now for sure,
Yeah.
is to help get those things set
And
up.
if you can help with the first one, I know
I
I've
will
talked
for
about.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, again, I want to do it. I want to do it. The difficulty in my world, and the vertical I'm in, is we have to tweak it to make it make sense in that environment.
Yeah. So let's see
There's
what we
those.
can do.
Yeah. So yeah, send me. I may even have a link somewhere, or just email to me, whatever you
Yeah,
want after the call,
I'll message you with it there.
and let's just do it.
Okay.
I have so many opportunities that
Get it
I could do.
rolling.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I came to hang out, see what you're doing. I mean, I don't even know if I have the late. I probably I think the last time I uploaded the snapshot from you was probably in August or September of last year.
Oh yeah, there's lots of changes and there's lots of different like so what we really are doing is trying to make more niche specific systems, and like I just said with you is you almost have to build that system out specifically for that
Yeah.
customer and be like, this is what you guys need to do and this is how we do it and everything like that. So we are working on more reporting and stuff for everything as well, but just to get people started and set up and rolling. Let's start there.
I'm going to give it to one. I have these two betas. I'm going to give it to the one that didn't even pay for it, just because I believe I can get them to use it more than I can the other guy.
And then you'll learn more about it anyways, because I mean,
Yeah.
you have ideas of how you think it will work, and then
Yep.
you'll get some real world experience for that industry specifically.
Yep. Let's connect.
Yeah, I'm doing
okay?
the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
what
like Brian just set it up for his niche there too, and it's completely different than what we're doing. And I've set it up for, like, I just set it up for we had another client there or somebody else who they do online leads, and they're using it for their system too, for any referrals or anybody, and they did a beautiful job of setting their system up actually, because they redesigned all the back end, all the graphics, all that kind of stuff, all the funnels. It looks awesome.
Hey, that brings me to one question before we jump off here.
Yeah.
The referral side of this, how does that tie into this system? Because that's very important for them. I haven't set that up yet.
Oh, the referral side, it gives them points every time there is a referral. So retail, if they have for you, you'd want to get them to, if you're using the restaurant version of it, it's more about getting people on the VIP list, so giving people referrals that way. But it's easy to switch it, even if you're using the restaurant one, to switch it over to the person has the referral link and they send it out to, or share it out or whatever, and then it goes to a page where they can then contact the business, and it goes through that person's referral. And when that person contacts the business using that referral link, then it will track that referral for them.
Okay.
I'm
So
glad Brian. Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
So if they share that, let's say I work with a lot of power sports. That's what my niche is. So if they get someone to bring their UTV in for service or upgrades, they have to share that referral link, and then they fill it out. And then, is there any reward if they actually come in, or is it just for signing up? Like just
for all different, we have 3 different levels of referrals in there, and we might have to come up with something that's a little that works a little bit better for your client too, which I'm fine with. Is there's 3 different levels of referrals. So there's an invite. So if I am in my back end dashboard and I fill out the refer a friend form and put my friend's information in there, then I'll get points for referring them that way. There's a lead when that person then goes to the landing page, or the person that I invited, to say if I invited you, and you went to the landing page and filled out your information, then that person then becomes a lead for the business. And then we also have when that person actually makes a transaction. So then that person actually gets the referral points for it, then could become a customer. So being more like retail and service, we might have to just streamline how that works for your client.
And I think it would be more of the, when they came in and redeemed, came in for service, and they paid, then they got additional points for that. The person that referred them.
Like we could potentially even, and we don't have this set up, but I just thought about it. If I referred you, I could, and using the refer a friend form or something like that, we could have like a QR code that gets sent to you. I have it set up in the service industry one, where when somebody gets referred, they get sent an email with a QR code that they can then show to the technician. But that same thing could be brought into the business and say, hey, I was referred by this person, have the referral ID in there as well, and the business could scan that QR code to track the referral.
The business. Oh, so they have to share the QR code with the person.
Yeah, they'd have to, or they wouldn't have to share the QR code with the person. They would just have to, um, we can have it automatically emailed out to them if they refer them, or the person fills out the form or whatever. We can do it that way, and we could just make a couple little tweaks to make that make more sense of how we'd use it, because we originally set it up for carpet cleaners, and the carpet cleaning niche that one of my clients was in. And the way we had that one set up is, if I refer you, like, hey, Brian, go here, you can get 3 rooms cleaned for 99 bucks or whatever, right? And you're like, oh, that's a good, and plus I'll give you a free bottle of stain remover that you can use on your furniture and whatever. And you're like, okay, cool. So then you fill out that link that I gave you brings you to a work with us page, or the promotions page. They fill out their information on there. And then once they fill that out, the business gets notified, the referral gets some points for that person becoming a lead. And then you get an email that has like a QR code and stuff in it, and it just says, hey, they schedule their appointment in there somewhere as well. But now that you scheduled your appointment, show this QR code to our technician, and they'll give you your free spot remover, kind of thing. So so the technician comes and shows up at their house to do the clean, scans a QR code, and hands them a bottle of spot remover, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So but it could be used the other way too, is where we email them, they get an email with that QR code, they just bring it in when they're doing getting their service done or whatever.
Okay.
Too.
That's interesting, because even in my space, I think it's easier for my customers to relate to referrals
Yeah.
more than it is even to like loyalty, from their mindset and the way I'm in a B2B space, right? So
Yeah.
it's not the consumer who's walking away with a sandwich that day or a free drink or something. Like it's the person who gets the rewards might not even be the person who walked in the door, right?
Yeah.
It's a figurehead or someone who owns the business that's getting the value of the reward. But somehow the human being who brought this thing to light or came in or signed up is the person who's promoting the thing. So it's more complicated. But the reward, that whole. So Brian, you're in power sports.
Yeah. Yeah. Off road and power sports, auto
No.
repair, customization. Yeah.
Okay, so you're still a B2C kind of world. I'm B2B. I deal with the heavy duty trucking industry.
Right.
So on the B2B side. So it's
Yeah.
they're a little different thing. But that's interesting to know that. Good to know you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, Jason, let's get together, because I there's so much opportunity there. I am the roadblock. I am the roadblock, and I'm just overwhelmed. And whatever, we got to figure it out. I mean, if we incentivize you by me buying licenses, whatever the story has to be, but let's make it work, because
Yeah, let's get it set up.
yeah. All right, I'll ping with you. I'm going to jump off the call now.
Okay.
Thank you,
You
guys.
guys have a good rest of your day.
Appreciate
And
it.
yeah, anything else, you guys reach out, let me know. Let's keep moving forward.
Appreciate it.
Stuff done.
Thanks.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, bye. How do I shut that off? I think I went to go check emails. There we go. Let's go end.